Okay, good evening, mortals. That was a false positive just to throw Witch off. How's it going, everyone? Welcome to the couch, chat. The couch. Why is the couch over that way? Wait, it's not. It's over that way. Okay, the couch should be that way. Okay. Hello.
Everybody.
Wow.
Welcome to Exalted. I am excited. This is potentially the last Exalted session, guys.
How's that's spooky?
How's all my friends doing? Well,
Yeah, that sounds about right.
you're more of a spouse than a friend, I think.
Oof.
Not you, Witch.
You know
You're more
that
of a
though.
friend than a spouse. Alright, they can't hear me right now, Pattern Spiders, but you can. Hey, yo, what up? Alright, so guys, I will real quick remind you of where you are. So you, oh god. Okay, there we go. You are quite possibly in the middle of an actual shitstorm. Three of you are traveling with the Princesses of Storms. Nora is losing her goddamn mind in the backseat of the Jeep, driving towards a battle between the Princesses of Storms, the Princesses of Tears, an army of Karens, otherwise known as the Bethlehem Crusade, the Italian military, and presumably another faction of princesses on the other side of whatever the Princesses of Tears are using as a gate. Do you guys remember all that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I distinctly remember Elijah saying, I think we made a mistake. So, yeah.
I remember that too. That's how we ended the game.
Yep.
Right. I'm going to talk about some housekeeping issues before we get started. Tonight will likely be a combat-heavy game because you are going into a war zone, and I don't know, that makes the most sense, right? So, a couple things. I'm going to be using battle groups, which is a exalted term for a group of normies that you guys are fighting as one unit, rather than me having to place 100 individual dudes and then have you fight 100 individual dudes. The second thing is, I'm only going to be storytelling the parts of the battle that you guys are interacting with. So I want you to understand that you're not fighting off the entire army of whatever, the Italian military, or whatever you choose to pick a fight with. You're fighting off the section of it that is relevant to your combat. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically,
Come on.
I don't want to bust out 10,000 Italian troops to shell the absolute fuck out of you. Because
Ben
that would
take
take forever. Yeah, Ben could, and it would take hours to resolve.
Yeah.
So, we're not doing that. We're focusing, we're kind of zooming in on the battle that is relevant. I would also really like to know what your guys' plan is going in. Would you like to tell me? I'll keep it a secret. It'll just be me and whoever else is listening, which is very few people right now, if I'm being honest, so that I have an idea of what kind of forces I should put in your path, basically.
Elijah, do we have a plan? Fuck. This reply was literally once a
Get
plan.
Do you guys at least know who you're going to be opposing?
Yes.
Don't ask me.
Sorry, what did you say, dearest?
Darkness.
Okay.
Or glory, preferably glory.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so Elijah's saying everyone but not mortals.
All right. I have bad news for you, Elijah. You are currently traveling with the Princesses of Storms. And also, and I cannot stress this enough, Nora is losing her goddamn mind in your vehicle.
Yeah.
She seems
Told you'd be a bad
pissed.
idea.
Yeah, I don't know. A big storm with green lightning, you guys are like, they seem cool. And then later you're like, maybe they weren't cool. Like, I couldn't hint any more than I did without just telling you this is the wrong action. But for what it's worth, you can technically reason with them. Technically. Fair enough, Elijah.
Yeah,
Elijah thought that's where the gate
the
was.
gate was too, man.
Yeah, you were wrong.
Oops.
Does
So,
anybody
Jordan?
else have any input on the plan? Because I have some of it.
Wife was
yeah,
talking,
but
and then
Mercy and Joe have their thing. What's their plan?
Win was talking, and then we'll go Win, and then we'll go Samba, and then we'll go Witchba.
I've never bought anything with my XP yet since starting this game, Jordan.
Yeah.
I have a lot more than I thought I did.
You yeah, you do. Yeah.
So-
Okay, that's not a plan so much as a maniacal cackle.
I just wanted to let you know.
Oh, good. Thank you. Samba.
So as far as Joe at least is concerned, the plan is to find the portal, and if we fail to defuse this situation with the princesses, the plan is to make a whole bunch of light on the other side of that gate, because apparently some Queen of Hearts, I believe it was.
Yeah,
the
Queen
right
of Hearts, yes.
Okay, the Queen of Hearts needs a beacon, and Nora trusts her.
Yes.
That might be a bad
He's
idea.
the one who hasn't tried to mind control Nora. So, like, it's not a great recommendation, but he's not sure what else to do in this situation if he can't avert a war.
You absolutely could not avert this war.
Yeah.
While you could, if it was only mortals, 3 of the 5 sides fighting this are straight up supernaturals. So,
Yep.
and actually 4 of the 6 sides, oh my god, are straight up supernaturals.
Yeah, if we count ourselves as a side.
No, actually.
Oh, great. Right, because the demons are watching / maybe.
Okay, 5 of the 7 sides.
I think we're fucked.
So the plan was to find the portal and go through it to reconnoiter the other side. Right now, that doesn't seem to be happening, at least yet. So the other half of the plan is to try and keep the Bethlehem Crusaders and the Italian military alive, while not having them shell the shit out of anybody who is not here to kill.
I
How
sincerely wish you luck.
What's the word I'm looking for? How much have they evacuated the city?
What city?
Oh,
This is in the Italian countryside.
oh, it's in the countryside. Okay.
Yeah. Which brings me to a point I want to mention, but I want to see which you had something you wanted to talk about?
No, just how fucked we are.
Oh, not to put too fine a point on it, but this is quite possibly the final battle of the campaign. You guys are cluster fucked. I've thrown way too much at you. You shouldn't survive this in any way, shape, or form. I can't wait to see how you manage to pull it off.
It's a good thing I can stack Ox Body. All right.
Then I have a question about war charms and whether or not you can purchase some, because we might need a battle group of our own. They basically act like equipment that buffs you.
Yes. Your guys' drill would be hot dog shit, though.
Okay, not gonna lie. I took off my headphones briefly to adjust everything, and I put my headphones back on to what I thought was, Ben can be used as a drill?
Yes.
I mean,
And?
if he jumps and spins, pretty much.
I mean, it can be used as a jackhammer, that's for sure.
Heyo. Hey, that's funny. Scald agreed with you, Aki. But Scald said great hammer. So, same thing, really. Okay, so I do also want to give you guys an idea of what you're getting into. So, you are entering what is effectively a shaded valley. So, it's longer It's not quite a canyon. It's more open than that. It's certainly a valley, but there's only really one entrance point to the valley. A small dirt road that was not used, apparently. That cuts through some hills. So you could go over the hills. You could go through the road. But the easiest way through is certainly that road. The hills would take you way out of your way. And they're not easy to navigate, so it would take you time. Not that you guys couldn't make it, of course. You're exalts. I'm not implying that that would be a serious impediment, but it would slow you down. The Princesses of Tears are holding that valley, which the main benefit of the valley was that it was out of the way and kind of secretive. That's kind of become a problem for them because they don't really have a method of egress aside from the gate that they are traveling through. So they can retreat, but they can't flank or advance, which is how the army or the Bethlehem Crusade has managed to hold them off this long. It's been a long battle with heavy attrition on the Bethlehem Crusade side, but they have managed to contain the Princesses of Tears, who appear to be pushing forward for some reason. At the same time, the Italian military has come from the south, and the Queen of Storms' army has come from the north, and they are headed basically right for that valley entrance. In the middle of that is the Bethlehem Crusade and the Princesses of Tears. It's very possible that if you do nothing, the Princesses of Tears will be pushed back through the portal. It's also incredibly likely that a lot of people will die in the interim. That makes sense to everyone? Anyone have questions?
So the Crusaders know where the portal is?
No, they don't. But you guys know where the Princesses of Tears are, and they presumably have the portal.
Okay.
I mean, maybe I'm throwing you for a loop, but what are the odds of that?
You got
Portal
mail
is
from me, by the
clearly
way.
not the storm, so we've checked that.
That is correct. And what did you say, dearest?
I sent you mail.
Oh, I see it. I'm reading it right now.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think those are good.
Do you have Legno 3?
I bought it.
Jesus fuck. Okay. You will need to look up the Queen of Clubs Invocation. It'll be under Queen of Clubs in that book.
Okay, let me do that.
Yeah, because you now have to abide by her principles as well as the Queen of Hearts.
Oh, do you want me just to not do that then? Would that be too complicated?
No, I think you can handle it.
Cool. Alright. Da-da-da-da.
Okay. I think that's all the housekeeping. Any other questions about the situation at hand?
Which group are we starting with?
Might be a good idea to start with Mercy and Joe, seeing as our Elijah isn't quite verbal yet.
That is a good point, yeah. No, pattern spiders. The Queen of Clubs is not about baby seals. The opposite, actually.
Sorry, that's just...
I'm sorry, did you say something there, Mr. Crown? Okay, I thought I heard him. But anyway.
No, she seems cool. She seems cool.
Yeah, she's cool. Okay. Let me keep these on hand. Keep this on hand. Take a look at this. All right, I think we are ready to go. Are you guys ready?
Elijah
Yeah.
said, sorry, what was that?
Nothing. Okay, so we are going to pick up with Mercy and Joaquin, who have just inspired the Bethlehem Crusade to make another push against the Princesses of Tears. They were broken down and built back up by Mercy and they are ready to go. They've equipped various firearms, the most prevalent of which is an AK-47, and they are grouping up in kind of loose ragtag groups and getting ready to move out. What are you guys doing?
Joe,
Yes.
I need you to head back to the military. We need them to congregate here alongside the Bethlehem Crusaders. We need to get them here so that we can do this final push.
I will run as fast as my legs can take me. I think it might be more effective for us to meet in the middle. The military isn't quite ready to move out yet, as far as I know. Or
Then,
we're waiting for the command.
well,
see how
then go
that-
give them that command.
1 second. I'll be right back. He kind of like points out a good spot on. Do they have a map?
No, they do not.
Oh my gosh.
What,
He's
the
gonna-
Bethlehem Crusaders? No,
Yeah.
not at all.
We'll go with
They
Mercy.
have,
Mercy-
they have
Mercy
about
pulls
5
out-
grills.
Everybody meet up.
Mercy pulls out her phone.
Yeah.
I need a map of the area.
Okay, cool. So a floating yellow eyeball appears. It looks like someone is looking too closely at a screen, except there is no screen. And it says, "You need a map? Excellent!" And a map appears before you. It is covered with lines that you don't recognize, which are just absolutely all over this, what appears to be a topographical map done in gold, bronze, and brass, or gold, brass, and silver. It's really difficult to see under the glowing lines that have been traced all over it, however. Oh.
Is there a map that the mortals can also read?
Autocathon says loudly from your phone speaker, "Of course, they can read this one! Just look at it, it's perfect, has every detail, every topographical feature, you can even see the trees!" And one
Yeah.
tree grows to insane size on the map. On the horizon, you can see the same tree growing to insane size in real life.
You know what? Fuck it. Alright, well, I'll work with this, thank you.
Of course! Now, should do you need help in any other way? You look to be engaging in war.
Yes, actually. Do you want to do something fun?
I always do. And you hear a whistling noise from above you.
Up?
Oh no.
Okay, great. What appears to be a giant mecha falls to the ground, shattering the earth beneath its giant feet made of brass. The resulting tremor knocks most of the mortals to their hands and knees or just straight on their ass. It looks down at you, the thing bristling with obvious weapons, holding a sword made of gold and silver intertwined, and it says in Autocathon's voice, "Point me to the enemy!"
Oh my gosh, it's Mecha Princess Autocathon.
It's about a 30-foot tall mecha.
Oh.
Joe, you're going to need to book it. I'll handle things here.
Allow me to get the song for us for this scene.
Hey, Sam, you're familiar with the term War Strider, right?
Yes, I am.
Cool. Just checking.
And it is an autothon controlled War Strider.
Yeah. But
Amazing.
I mean, technically they all are, if he wants.
Just for brevity, I'm gonna put what I'm giving to the Bethlehem Crusaders plan in the chat, and then Joe can go and talk to the military.
So Joe, you arrive at the military encampment approximately a minute and a half after the Strider lands. You can see there's a flurry of activity. People are running back and forth, yelling in Italian. And as soon as the general sees you, he says, "Do we have a new combatant entering the area? Where did they get access to this?" And he shows several satellite images showing the War Strider falling to the earth.
Joe explains to him that this is something that we were just gifted by our patron. It's for keeping the peace. and he's gonna stop at that.
Okay. He looks at you skeptically and says, I have faith. What is the situation?
Mercy's still typing, but Joe's gonna fill him in on the fact that the Bethlehem Crusaders are parents whose children were stolen by supernatural beings. They're trying to prevent that from happening to anybody else. And they're probably going to die horribly because of the magic that is arrayed against them.
He nods and says, understood. As far as we can tell, there's no major infrastructure or buildings in that area. We were planning to shell it with artillery.
Joe asks that they not do that.
What do you recommend then? Artillery fire is the best way to soften up a hardened target like we're opposing.
Can I know what you know about the ones you're opposing at this time?
We understand they're a force that appeared in the valley shortly after everyone lost those 7 days, and they have been attacked by these civilians ever since. The fighting has boiled over to the point where there is a sort of stalemate. All the civilians are experiencing horrific casualties. I'm surprised they haven't broken and ran.
Joe lets them know that they are being rallied by the Zenith, and unfortunately, he's going to say that artillery is inadvisable because he's going to call them the Faction of Tears. The Faction of Tears possesses something that is highly explosive. We don't know how bad the damage would be should it be shelled by artillery.
He nods and looks at you and says, is it nuclear?
We worry that it is the magical equivalent or worse. We wouldn't want whatever would happen to happen, even if we don't know what that is yet.
He nods and says, understood. And then he picks up a radio and relays some orders in Italian that sound pretty urgent.
Doesn't Joe speak Italian?
Nope. This was established last session.
Correct. Joe can understand anything that he hears, but he's like, yeah, one mote. What did he say?
He was telling them to call off the airstrikes.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. He says, so what do you propose that we do? Send soldiers and tanks up a goat trail?
I would prefer to see them used for what's the word I'm looking for? Fortification, so that there is a line of retreat should the civilians and other forces seeking to stop the Faction of Tears need to retreat.
So your proposal is that me and my men, rather than defending the country that we swore our lives to, simply go and help out some American tourists.
I didn't say that. Rather, this is the best way that you can defend the country from whatever the Faction of Tears intends. They have what is effectively a weapon of mass destruction, and we intend to deactivate it.
A surgical strike.
Yes.
Very well. I will relay this to my superiors, and we will move based on their orders. You understand, I'm sure.
He's going to relay what Mercy will have texted him, which is get them close, get closer, and keep the forces of the Faction of Tears from escaping the valley. He says that he expects to see people wielding. Actually, sorry, they already have footage of like people wearing wielding whips of shadow and stuff, right?
Yes.
He's gonna say anybody like that. Don't allow them to escape the valley. Work with us. We are going to try to keep Italy and the world safe.
He nods and says, a protracted siege is always favors the defender. You know this, right?
We worry that the device that they have is a portal through which something will come. We don't want
this is
them...
a siege that they maintain supply lines? This is a terrible idea.
He says, sorry, is he pointing out the siege? Like, sorry, are we besieging them or are they besieging us? Is his point?
You're besieging them because they've got a fortified valley that they can hold. And apparently a supply line, which he has rightfully pointed out, basically means they can hold out indefinitely as long as they have materials on the other side of their supply line.
We're cutting the supply line. That's the surgical strike.
Sorry, Scald just said, wow, I'm glad James is back at Badger like sipping whiskey. But he's not. He's here contributing meaningfully, Scald. Anyway, he says, very well, I will hold off as long as I can. My superiors may disagree with me. This goes against decades and honestly centuries of military thought, so you will have to be swift.
I strongly appreciate it, and please give them this. He's gonna write out the justification he just gave and speed the wheels to hand this to the general and tell him who to talk to in the Italian command structure. Obviously he knows that, but who's gonna be exactly fastest.
Okay.
Let me know if I should roll bureaucracy.
Do please, and I'm going to give you a 2-die penalty because we previously established you don't actually know this bureaucracy.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, but go ahead and roll it. At the same time, we are going to cut over to Mercy. Autocathon is honestly really bloodthirsty all of a sudden.
Can I interject for just a second? I have a very important question.
Okay, I'm scared.
Is there a way that Princess Nora could man the Autocathon Mecha bot and become Super Princess Mecha Princess?
So technically, yes. But
Ew.
you would have to convince Autocathon to allow you to use his War Strider. And on top of that, you would have to attune to it, which might work, but you might have the wrong sort of essence manipulation for it to work. So, maybe, but you have to convince Autocathon of it, and I will likely require some sort of roll.
Cool, just know that might be a question I ask later.
Oh,
Just so
I
you can-
am aware.
Perfect.
Okay.
So that idea is up to grabs to anyone else. Become the mecha.
We're going to cut back to Mercy. So Autocathon is saying, "Where is the enemy? I shall smite them from this world. I am fire, I am thunder, I am pain, and I am the lance." And his arm becomes an actual lance, shooting electricity out of the top of it. Sorry, one second. Where are you? Trudy walks up and says, "Is he with us?"
Yes.
Let's just send him in. He seems great.
Sorry, I'm blanking for some reason, sorry.
Reboot. It's okay. Windows startup noise. I get it.
Yeah. One moment. Autocathon.
Autocathon looks down. "Yes, small son." His voice is loud enough that it hurts to listen to.
Not for solar.
No, sure, but for everyone else.
The portal is likely made of void tech.
"Yes, I shall burn it from this world." His lance shoots fire.
No, because the last time that we encountered a portal like this, anything that could have destroyed it might have made an explosion that leveled most of the area around. She's like purposely not saying exactly how much.
Okay. So he thrusts his lance towards the valley and says, "Ah, but this is war. Things will be destroyed. Plans
Yes.
will be ruined. And then new
Yes.
plans will be made and destroyed and ruined. Come!" And he begins
Autocathon.
walking.
Autocathon,
He is still walking.
do you wish to fight a queen yourself?
He turns and says, "You do not understand. Queens are beneath me. I will destroy the void tech. I will burn out the cancer. I will ruin the darkness, and I will build something in its place so terrible, so great, that it will make men quiver in their boots."
That seems to be going against your agreement.
He stops for a second and looks down. What agreement?
Your agreement with Elijah.
Per that agreement, I may do as I will, and he must abide by the terms of the agreement.
Perhaps. But it also goes against social niceties.
He says, "Ah, but I am the inventor of all law." Well,
And I am the lawbringer.
right. Bring the law to these evildoers.
Yes. But we need more than one lawbringer. Where are the rest of my troops?
Oh, well, they're scattered about. Would you like them?
They're making their way here, are they not?
Yes, but three of them will arrive with an attacking army. One of them is trying to hold off a second one, and you are here. And so is he. He points to James, who's totally contributing meaningfully.
James is just T-posing.
James is T-posing and repeating,
And half
"Hold her
clipped-
there, partner!"
And half clipped through a tent.
He's making that noise that's like the impact noise, but sped way up, so he's like...
Yeah. The attacking army needs to be pointed in the right direction, which is why Elijah and Ben are there.
He says, "Of course, but they should be
You know,
here. Actually,
perhaps.
I choose to bring them here, and it is so." And he holds his arm up, and nothing happens. And then after a moment, he says, "Huh, that usually works." And then the War Strider kneels down and like brushes some dirt away, and underneath the dirt, the ground begins to glow green. And he says, "Ah, of course." And then he stands up and says, "And they shall be here." And they appear, all standing on the green line. So Elijah, Ben, Joaquin, James, who was already here, but now he's no longer clipping into a tent, I guess, Nora, and yourself are all standing on a glowing line of green stuff.
Ew.
Nora, you're no longer super fucking angry.
Oh, am I still pretty?
Did the
Yes.
vehicle not come with us?
No, it is probably it's probably drifting on the highway right now.
Okay.
Just Elijah, his hand still out on the steering wheel.
Yeah, literally. Elijah, anyone who is in the vehicle actually falls to the ground on their ass.
Fuck.
I
You guys see a 30-foot tall
Mercy
mecha
points to the giant mecha.
who says, "Welcome! Let us lead a crusade against the Void Tech." And it points a lance off, which spouts fire. Big rockets appear on the back of the thing, which start to glow with essence. And it looks like it's about to take off and
Everybody
fly.
grab on.
Oh, wait. Nora will be like,
Ah.
so excited. Giant Mega Knight, take me with you.
No, Nora, no.
Autocathon looks down and says, "As you will," and picks Nora up.
Nope. Nope,
Then
Autocathon,
Mercy
put her
like goes
down.
and grabs onto the leg.
Autocathon, put her down.
Autocathon
This is
says,
the Mecha Knight!
Autocathon says, she's royalty, I must listen, per social niceties.
I grab hold while chuckling.
Okay. It takes off, goes about 10 feet, and then lands again and says, what actually is the purpose of our battle here?
Defeat the
Yeah.
darkness!
Joe says, on the other side of a portal is an ally, but we need to bring a lot of light to the other side.
Whoa,
I
whoa,
think
Joe,
that's
we're not.
right.
Joe, we're not sure if they're an ally over there. This could just be one big trap.
That's true, but also look around you, and he like indicates the storm on the northern horizon.
Yep.
And the valley where there's clearly some kind of a sign, or just lots of trees of the Princesses of Tears.
There's just lots of trees. I will note, Elijah, that with your eyesight, you're actually able to see the multi-car accident that just occurred on the highway
Oh no.
to the north.
We're about to have some really unhappy people. You may have just caused a massive accident.
Autocathon says, I do not create accidents, I create purpose.
Technically, you almost created an accident yourself, Elijah.
Almost.
Alright, so
Autocathon
what's the
then
plan
turns and looks to the north and says, oh! That's interesting, they have golems.
Oh dear.
I'll be right back, and the suit goes completely dark.
Joe,
Mercy climbs up the leg.
Alright, you climb up the leg.
Mercy, what are you doing?
Just my boat?
are you getting on a shoulder?
Dude, my boat!
It's
No!
actually just my armor. Do you have resistance
What?
charms for donning these things?
No, but I can.
Alright, Mercy, after a short time, you are standing on the head of the War Strider.
How do I get in?
That's a very good question. It
Joe-
is not immediately intuitive.
Joe's gonna look around at everybody and say, "We need to figure out what exactly we're doing. That storm is getting close. Can you tell me anything about what was going on there?"
Have you ever watched Mad Max Fury Road?
As a matter of fact,
Yeah, that. Big, angry lady in a red dress. Apparently they're going to smite the darkness, I think. I think their main target is the Princess of Tears and whatever they got.
Oh.
Everyone, please make a. Oh, Jesus. Hang on a sec. Sorry. Wits and integrity check, please.
Wits and integrity. All right.
How about me? Or is that more of an exalted rule?
Just give me 1 second. I would like you to make a composure check.
Just straight composure?
Oh boy.
Yeah, I will allow you to. Actually, no. I'm an idiot. Roll willpower. My favorite roll.
Okay, and with that one, you just want me to roll one or roll all my willpower? And
Roll
see
all
what
your
the...
willpower,
Okay.
and then count successes.
I love how it's a countdown, except we're missing 2.
5, 4, 3. Elijah can't count.
Did you
No,
ever
that's
allow
fine.
the integrity bonuses that Joe was gonna give us go through?
Oh shit! I totally missed that. 1 second.
No worries. I just because that bumps me up to 2 integrity instead of 0.
I spent the solar X on everybody's behalf.
What was this? Sorry. So you trained everyone in integrity?
This
Yes,
was a
that's
while
correct.
ago, but
It allowed me to, it allowed me to spend my XP for a whole bunch of people. I'll quickly,
I
Like-
believe I did approve that.
oh, yeah.
okay. Give me a moment to reroll them.
Yeah, if I recall correctly. You could call me out on it if you want. Sorry, Joaquin, but I'm pretty sure I did actually approve it. Okay. James was the one who got 2? What? I don't see
Joe
James.
got 5. Joe got 5.
Yeah.
Ben got 4. Mercy got 3. Elijah got 1 initially.
Oh, I see. And then James got 2.
Yeah.
James T-poses his way through the integrity check. Okay. By the by, I will, just so you know, Joaquin, I will allow your proposed action to go through. I will add a certain number. If you want that to come up, I will add a certain number of dice to that check.
Cool.
Situation dependent.
Thank you.
Yeah, just let me know. Anyway, so yeah, everyone feels a wave of sadness pass over you, but you all. Wait, what did you get, dearest?
4.
All right, you're fine. You
Yay!
feel a wave of sadness pass over you. You immediately recognize it as external to you and fight it off, but you see a few of the Bethlehem Crusaders succumb immediately, laying down their weapons and kneeling on the ground. There's less than there would be thanks to the efforts of Mercy, but there are still a couple who succumb. And the rest that don't, you see Trudy yell out, "We're under attack!" even though you guys can't see anything. The Bethlehem Crusaders get in their groups, bring their weapons up, and get into cover behind whatever they can find.
Shall we all look? Joe's gonna shout, "Look for the attacker." Perception and awareness.
Sure, but I'd rather you roll joint battle.
Ah, okay, sounds good. So with
I
Fun.
feel like that's a smarter idea.
yes.
So you also started putting motes of essence into the Worst Rider.
I saw that. Unfortunately, that is not how you access a War Strider.
Well, I'm trying.
I know you are.
Uh,
Wait,
Rolling
why did-
0.
What the fuck?
Willpower.
Good job, Drew.
Forgot to click on my thingy. There we go.
Joe's spending a point of willpower.
That seems wise.
Everybody, strongly recommend using all of the essence you can on this roll.
Wait.
All right.
What's the check again? It's wits and.
Why does that? What the fuck? Is that? Oh, that's. Oh, I'm rolling Joe.
You're not rolling any of Joe's pools. You're just rolling Joe himself.
Correct. Okay, so the way I'm going to deal with this combat, all of the opposing forces battle groups will go on Steel Centipede Thugs initiative.
Oh shoot!
All those fuckers again.
I forgot to.
Yeah.
to link this so it didn't double nines and.
I do want to make sure you guys know that's not actually Steel Centipede Thugs. You guys have graduated past that point.
But it,
I just haven't bothered to make any of my NPCs into Roll20 since the first one.
it's awareness, right?
Wits and awareness, yes.
It's awareness, okay.
Yeah, we rolled Joaquin like a barrel, correct.
And spending a point of willpower gives what?
3 successes? No. A free success. 1.
Spending 3 motes. And 1 willpower.
I adjusted my my initiative should be 16 because I rolled 2 9s.
Your initiative should be 16. Holy.
I got a 14 and 2 9s and sensory acuity prana.
Yeah, I fixed it.
Damn.
I also have that. I should use that. Oh well.
I re-rolled. Should I have re-rolled or just taken the nines to double?
Whatever benefits you the most.
Okay. In that case, it's instead of 8 successes, it is 10.
Cool. I need you to click on your token and re-roll, and I'll change it
Okay.
so that you get added to the turn tracker. Oh, that reminds me.
Still not. Why is that not happening?
Dear, I need you to roll your. Oh, 1 second. I need you to roll your. Oh no! What? Roll your a D10 and then add your initiative mod.
Okay.
Or just roll your initiative mod, which is your dexterity plus composure.
Just that?
Yeah. So roll dex and composure.
Dex and composure. Where's my dex?
Selected the
There it
thing,
is.
but it is not working.
Okay.
Which one are you selecting?
The one that I'm moving about right now.
Okay. Use this one.
oh boy. Tens are worth 2?
Yes. Yes.
2, 4, 6. Go me.
How is that still not working? Are you clicking roll join battle, or you're rolling awareness?
Oh, yeah.
That would be
Okay,
why.
right, I don't have to click World Doing Battle. Yeah, you're right.
Okay, so you got 6, dear?
Yeah.
That's really good for a princess. An Exalt just got 16.
Oh.
Hey,
I'm
there
doing
you
my
are.
best, okay? No, that was 2 10s, an 8, and a 9.
That's a great roll.
Right?
Okay, so after the initial wave of sadness hits, a couple groups of what is very obviously Princesses of Tears come out of the trees. They're dressed in dark, somber clothing. They look almost like they look exactly like you would expect Princesses of Tears to look like. A lot of frills, dark colors, veils, very goth, but they're wielding weapons like graceful, lithe, silver swords, whips made out of shadow. One of them has a parasol covered in blackness that when she twirls it, darkness spatters off of it and sizzles as it hits the ground. They are really aesthetic, but also obviously dangerous.
Ooh.
Nora's like, oh, hot. I joined them.
Yeah. Ben's gonna put himself between them and Nora.
Mercy, would you care to ask them if they would mind not attacking us?
Anyway, we're gonna start off with Darius. Darius, what are you up to?
What range are they at?
I would say medium.
Goody.
Uh-oh.
So
So just so you guys know, there's 3 battle groups on the field of theirs. There's also 5 battle groups of the Bethlehem Crusade. I do want to make it clear those 5 battle groups of Bethlehem Crusade are the only Bethlehem Crusaders left.
So Elijah, how close together are they? Sorry, are they also like medium away from each other?
Yeah, so you're with the Bethlehem Crusaders. You're medium range away, and they're medium range away from you.
Are they within short range of each other?
Yes, they are.
Targeting the. Well, first I'll need to do the roll. Elijah's going to look through the weave of how everything is put together, tapping into what little magical capability he has, and he's going to try and cast Mists of Eventide. So I'm going to spend the 2 willpower, and I'm going to roll occult and I believe it's intelligence.
That's correct.
Okay, so you need 7 sorcerer's motes and 2 willpower.
And
Yeah, make your shaping action.
Can I use? I can use a bonus and specialization here, right? Sorry.
If you have a specialization in an occult
Yeah.
specialization in sorcery, you can.
Okay, I'm gonna do a full. I'm forgetting the term because my brain's so tired.
Excellency?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. You don't need a specialization in sorcery to do that. You just need to have dots in occult.
Yeah, that's what I meant. My brain is just fried.
I know the feeling. I've had a long week, and it's day 2 of my work week.
Oh, so close. So yeah, Elijah's gonna pull on what he can, and as he does so, I guess the air will start to thicken into a cloud, but not into a cloud of mist, but not fully. And
Yeah.
that'll be my turn.
Okay. So, yep, very cool. All right. Next up, Joe.
All right. Joe
James can indeed
sighs,
click through this room.
stretches out his hands in what appears to be a gesture of peace and assumes a martial arts form. I'm going to be using crane form.
Hot.
Just gonna copy paste. Like I have this in here, but making sure.
Okay. If you could link it. Is there anything else you're doing with your turn?
That is my turn. It is a simple charm.
All right, Nora. What are you up to?
Right. You said they're about 50 meters away.
They're at medium range, so they're less than 100 meters away. I will note that you are still in the hand of the Warse Rider.
Nice. Can I try to activate it for Mercy so she can get in with my light?
How would you do that?
I don't know, but I was asking you, how could I do that?
I am not telling you guys how to unlock something that will literally trivialize this entire encounter.
Boo!
Figure it out.
Please.
Okay.
All right, and
And-
for the last session of the game, the hardest encounter ever, you get a giant mech suit that trivializes the entire fight instantly. Anyway, we're ending session early for tonight, guys. Good job. Anyway, sorry.
Okay. So can you kind of like describe a little bit what 1 second here. What Elijah is trying to do?
So, he already described it a little bit, but Elijah is gathering in his hands a mist that seems to appear around where he's gathering, and
Okay.
he's still doing so.
Still doing so. And then would I guess Joe would be doing something that's a bit more on the physical side, hey?
Yeah, so Joe is clearly assuming a martial art form. It's simple, it's clean, and it's very clearly meant for defense.
Okay. So I don't think that's gonna work with, so I was gonna try one of my new things.
Okay.
But wait a second, yes I can. I'm going to invoke the Touch of Fortune on. Can I do 2 rolls for it or just 1 at a time?
One at a time.
But could I do 2 rolls or not in one round?
You could do 2, but not in 1 round.
Okay. So I'm going to. It's a reactive wits and empathy, and it's per 1 scene. So I will roll for it, and then it says the princess grants a blessing of good fortune to a person she can see. So even if I'm up in the robot hand, I can still see everybody around me. So I'm going to Touch of Fortune, Joe.
All right, that makes sense.
And that's my wits and empathy.
Okay, great. So, yeah, roll that.
Do-do-do-do.
If it was reactive, does that mean you still get your action?
Yes, but she couldn't use it to cast another charm. Unless, I guess, she had a simple one, which I don't think she... Oh, she has instant.
2, 3. 3 successes on that.
Okay, so you succeed. Joe, for 1... oh, sorry, you got 3
She'll
successes.
go. Yeah, so she just kind of like tries to yell out, Joe, I believe in you. Yeah.
All right, so Joe, for 3 rolls of your... no, for the next 3 rolls, rather, you get the 9 again property on the next 3 rolls you make.
Cool, meaning that all 9s count for a success, or however many successes they count for, and then I reroll them?
Because we're interacting with Exalted, I'm going to change that property a little bit. You're correct, and that's what 9 again does. But because we're playing Exalted, it just 9s are also double successes.
Nice, it's double 9s rule. Sounds great.
Yeah. So
Gift from above.
Nora may not have the staying power that you guys do, but oh goddamn, you want a princess in your corner.
Hell yeah.
And you spent the wisp, right,
The
dear?
light. Yeah.
Great. You didn't have the upgrade, did you?
Let's see, well timed. The target's good fortune comes when most needed before the target makes. a
There's 2
roll.
upgrades listed here. Did you take them?
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay. In that case, it's it's any 3 in the next scene, and also
8 again.
8 again. So 8s, 9s, and 10s now double for you
Have fun.
Nice.
for 3 rolls of your choosing.
Nice.
Okay. Great. You doing anything else?
I'm in a robot hand.
Yes, you are. You are very stuck.
I'll try to look to see if in the distance, like how high up am I in this hand?
You're about 15 feet in the air.
Wee. And then we heard Otakathon also say that he's like, they have golems, and then he disappeared. In the direction where he was looking, saying things, can I see what's happening?
You see what is very obviously the Mad Max crew coming your way, although they seem to have slowed for some reason.
Cool. Okay, I will end my turn at that point if I can't do any more upgrading to people.
Okay, well, you could use an instant charm if you had it, but we'll do that next round.
Sure. Okay.
Mercy, you're up.
So Mercy stands up tall on the head of the War Strider and announces to the Princesses of Tears while summoning her Diglaive, lay down your weapons or die.
Okay, and I'm assuming this is going to be a social attack?
Yes.
Okie dokie, roll it.
I'm going to add my presence stuff. And she is arguing from a point of desire to help those in need, which is the people behind her.
Okay. You are also gaining 3 extra successes because because one of the pattern spiders has decided they like this action.
Hey.
The pattern spiders got an upgrade when Fate was put in place.
And so I get 3 extra successes as well.
Yeah, just flat 3 successes. These are non-charm dice, and your affect your rolls not at all, except that they add to it.
Okay. And I want wits and socialize, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Or-
Wits and presence. Yes.
Wits and presence?
Actually-
Not charisma and presence?
Yeah. No, I was gonna say charisma and presence. The stats that are you talking to a lot of people.
Okay, and then I will use my specialty for speaking to crowds as well.
All right, great. Yeah, there's like 3 dozen or so Princesses of Tears here.
Since I'm arguing from a principle, I hold how many dice do I gain?
What's the principle and what's the
major principle? Desire to help those in need. She's putting herself in the line of fire between them and the people behind her, the mortals.
This is a very broad principle. I will have to remember this for my next game of Exalted. 3. You get 3 from them.
Hey. and it's a reminder with Majestic Radiant Presence. They
I
need
see
to
that.
pay a point. Yeah.
Seven successes, so 10 total.
Mm,
Because I'm
No.
adding 3 from the pattern spiders, or did you already add?
I added them as bonus dice. That's what I thought.
No, you add them as bonus successes.
Oh, okay. Do you want me to reroll?
Yes.
Okay.
What?
I made 3 bonus dice and I added the 3 successes, automatic successes.
You got 5/10.
Okay, so just so the pattern spiders know what just happened. So Mercy rolled
Oh my god.
wrong and got 7 successes, and then I was like, oh, just re-roll, and Mercy's like, and got 16. 1/6. That's too many. Oh god, now I have to think about this a lot. Cause like, they have really good defenses against emotional manipulation, but not that fucking good. Okay, let me figure this out. Alright, this is how I'm gonna handle it. I'll do this, I'll do that.
Mercy is speaking from a place of I am the bulwark between the forces of darkness and the mortals that live on this plane. You will move out of my way, or you will be extinguished.
Okay, several of them break and run. Many of them, actually. Not all of them. A lot of them seem to be either too propagandized or too lost in the moment. Some of them genuinely look like they're having mental breakdowns before the fighting starts, but a lot of them actually just run away.
President Supernal!
So, pattern spiders, these had
Legitimate.
10 magnitude,
presence.
and
Their
they just went
Mercy's
down
supernal
to
ability is
4
presence.
each. That's ridiculous. I'm so mad at you. Remind me to bring this up during our Meet the Actors stream, because this is upsetting. Mercy just did the equivalent of 18 health levels of damage to about 40-ish Princesses of Tears. Alright. Today on Misheard Lyrics, President Supernal! That's funny. Alright. So, their forces look like they are, like, Mercy stands up and speaks from a place of power and a place of love, but a place of harsh judgment as well. And upon that breaker, the wave of the Princesses of Tears shatters. Most of them realize that what they are running into is suicide, and they break. They throw down their arms, they run away, they in any way get away from this combat. Only those 2 lost to either sadness or battle lust or the propaganda of the queen they serve still move on, but it's very clear from the moment this fight starts that they are in over their heads. Anyway, is that all you're doing?
Yep. My other thing is simple, so I can't do 2.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. Okay, so the first thing that happens is the Bethlehem Crusaders open fire. They fire AK-47s, handguns, rifles, a few fire shotguns, which are not super effective at the range they're using them at. There is a horde of gunfire going off towards the Princesses of Tears. And now I gotta make a bunch of rolls, but less than if I didn't use battle groups. Woof. Alright, So they fire, but they're very uncoordinated. A lot of them suffered greatly from the wave of depression, and they're shooting it at a lot of soldiers, which are kids. So it's clear their resolve just isn't there, and they shoot pretty wild. A few of the princesses are hit. A couple even go down, but it's not many. It doesn't make a noticeable impact on the fighting. Meanwhile, the princesses open up with bolt lances of darkness, bows made of shadow, and weaponized depression, shooting forward an invisible but horribly effective the energy version of a mental breakdown. Let's see how that goes.
Joe would like to reflexively defend other.
Sure, but these are battle groups. Pick one.
Yeah, so he's going to he's going to place himself in the. Sorry, were these beams of weaponized?
No. They're reaching their hand out and weeping openly, and everyone can feel the emotion radiating out of them.
Joe's going to walk to he blurs with motion, enacting the martial art of Crane style to place himself in harm's way, and attention gathers about him like a physical force as he takes the brunt of it on himself. I'm gonna attempt to stunt Fluttering Cry of Warning.
Okay, let's see. Fluttering Cry of Warning adds 2 parry whenever the martial artist parries an attack directed at an ally protected by one of their defend other actions. Okay, that's fine.
The mastery is the main.
Yeah, I get that. Okay. Sure. What's your parry?
My parry is it's +2 from that. And it's +1 from Crane form. So it's going to be making sure that I'm correct. It's going to be 7.
Okay. Bolts of shadow, lances or javelins thrown from darkness into light, and waves of emotion itself all are stopped by your quickly fluttering hands, twisting motions, and deflections away from the Bethlehem Crusaders. You successfully defend the one that just happens to contain Trudy, and watch as every other Crusader group gets hit.
Yeah. What happens to them?
I'm doing stuff, hang on.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so when I said every other group, I actually wasn't telling the truth. Only 3 others get hit. No, 2 others, because you defended one. But those groups fall to pieces. It looks like half of the combatants from the Bethlehem group either stop shooting, throw down their weapons, or just die. Arrows made of darkness cause very real injuries, bright blood spattering against the shadow that they're created from. You witness one of the Crusaders take his pistol and put it against his own head when he's struck by a bolt of sadness. It's a slaughter. It's horrible to witness as this group of basically just normal humans gets ripped apart.
Would you argue that they're innocents?
No, they're not. They're in a war. There are no innocents in war. Okay, so that goes down to that goes down to that. Okay, they're still fighting, but they took some heavy losses in that attack. The Gathering of Storms seems to have stopped, but you guys can hear the sound of jets on the horizon. Well, Elijah can, anyway. Ben, you're up.
Which of the battle groups of the princesses is most still formed?
They are all equally fucked.
Okay. Ben's gonna tell Nora to stay by Elijah, and he's going to run headfirst into the first group.
Okay. What are you doing?
No, hold off on that one. He's going to take, shit. Let's see, yeah. Falling Scythe Flash.
Yeah, go ahead,
When
roll it,
using a
link
whip-
it, do the thing.
Yeah. I'm just gonna copy and paste it over,
That works.
because... shit.
No, I'm streaming.
And he's going to do a withered attack
Okay.
on basically the first princess he sees in that group.
Yeah, okay.
Potentially getting multiple.
Well, you're fighting a battle group, so you will get multiple. That's just how it works. But go ahead, roll your attack.
Yeah. I just press withered attack. Shit. Trying to remember. When using a withered attack,
There is a
doubles.
cheat sheet that is pinned in the.
yeah, I know the cheat sheet. I don't know how to add the strength buff to the roll.
Oh, when it asks for bonus dice, just add your strength.
Okay, bonuses.
So just put in, I don't know, probably 5.
Yeah.
Right? Right. Jesus, you have 5 in every. Oh my god.
Yes,
You are a buff boy.
I am a buff boy.
Only 5 successes. Woof. Wow, that sucks. Alright.
Not very lucky boy.
Yeah, clearly not. Okay, so.
I'll
You.
keep my initiative above 3.
Sorry?
Sorry, reading something that Sage sent me.
Okay.
Something about Elijah's spell.
Oh.
It'll be an issue for next round.
Yeah, that's a problem for next round, Darius and Ben.
Yeah.
All right, so
Alright.
you leap forward, ready to strike and defeat the invading force. And as you raise your hand, you look down and see a girl no more than 12.
Oh, fuck.
And your hand, coming down swiftly, stops. You see her, despite her clearly wielding a dangerous weapon and clearly out for blood, you cannot bring yourself to strike her down because she's just a child. In that
Yeah,
moment,
that
you
would be-
realize that everyone that you are fighting is similar to her. They're all, at worst, they have been abused or confused to the point of going to war for a queen who clearly does not value their lives.
Oh no. Would this count as a limit break?
I don't think so, no.
Limit trigger? Okay.
No, because you didn't actually hurt her.
No.
However, you gonna break this combat.
Oh boy.
Yeah, if you think the Princesses of Tears are the only ones fielding child soldiers, I have shitty news for you. Anyway,
Yeah.
all that is to say you didn't beat their defense, so...
Yeah.
Get Rex Scrub. Alright. And we will move on. Darius.
If this is top of the round, then we'll
It is.
all meet in 5 modes.
Oh, good show. Thank you. Elijah is going to continue what he's doing. Continuing with casting the spell.
Go ahead.
And that should be enough now for it to go off.
It is,
correct?
yeah. You
Yeah.
finally gather the mist in your hands and you hold a living, breathing spell. Where do you direct it?
Were the princesses still advancing on us, or were they sticking to range?
They were. However, they seem to be changing tack now that Ben is in the middle of them.
Okay. They are still all within short range of each other.
Yep.
I'm gonna throw it right on top of them.
Okay, cool. So every character in that area who has skin exposed to the mist, I don't know, like a Ben, has to roll versus poison.
This is my control spell, so I do get control of any of the ones who fall asleep. I can make them fight each other.
That's horrible.
I'm not going to do that,
Okay.
but I
Thanks,
get
Elijah.
control of them.
Ben
All right,
falls
so what
asleep,
do I have to roll?
still kicks ass.
You need to roll get the hell out of the fog.
So you need to actually, we're gonna do this from your action. So you will need to roll versus poison, which I believe is just stamina and resistance, against the difficulty of the spell. What does the difficulty of this particular poison? It just says damage 3 initiative per round. But there should be a virulence or a what's it called?
Morbidity.
Morbidity, yeah.
Give me a moment. There wasn't one when I copy and pasted this from the book, but I'll check.
I'm gonna go find it.
Yeah, okay, thanks.
So resistance and stamina?
Yes.
Fuck it.
Don't roll it right now, please.
Oh. Okay.
Aki, I'm so sorry. Okay.
I literally told you this in the beginning of this campaign. Like, you're just like,
It's
"Ooh,
a
look,
princess
red button.
game."
Look, button. Beep, 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 beep. I wonder if I can make Aki limit break in real life. Beep, 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 beep.
Aki, you have to understand. I'm trying to make money, and you crying is the best way to do that.
Hurtful.
Also not true. Not why I'm here. Anyway. Okay. So. Yep. Darius casts his spell.
Oh, I figured it out. It's a stamina and resistance roll by default. Each success over 1 lowers the duration of effect by 1 round.
Okay.
Okay, and the duration is 6 rounds.
At 6 successes, they don't get affected by it at all. At 5, it affects them for 1 round. At 4, it affects them for 2 rounds, and so on.
Okay, so it just reduces the amount of rounds that you're affected. You get 1 roll against it, and then...
Oh,
That's
woof.
correct.
Okay, cool. Joaquin
All right.
successfully
Joaquin-
defended the Bethlehem Crusaders for a round.
Joaquin is going to take the full defense action, which I am copying and pasting in the Roll20.
Yeah, go ahead. I was reading Fluttering Cry of Warning and noticed there was something in there about it.
His defense is now instead of 7, it's 9.
Yep.
And he's going to flurry that with a social influence action, which means that he'll take a 2-die penalty, I think, to his social influence.
No, you take a 3-die penalty.
Thank you.
Number of actions plus order of actions. So it's you're taking 2 actions, the total defense or full defense and a social, which means you're -2 off of your any rolls you make, and then each action after the first also incurs a 1-die penalty.
Okay, so he'll speak first and then assume the defensive stance, and he's essentially going
That
to-
doesn't change anything because it's based
Right.
on roll.
Oh, I see. Yes, right.
Yeah.
Right. All right. He is going to exhort these children, these princesses, to lay down their weapons. No one else needs to die today.
All right.
Yeah.
Can you give me a charisma and presence check?
Absolutely. Finding presence. Here it is. He is going to try and double. He's going to use the double 8s on this
Okay.
roll.
You have 2 left.
I will have 2 left after this. Yes. And he's going to spend a point of willpower.
Okie dokie. Let's take a look here.
He is actively weeping while he, like, whether it's from a stray bolt of darkness or more likely from just his own feelings, he is weeping and begging them to please lay down their weapons.
Okay, and you said you're spending a point of willpower as well, so that's already factored in. So you got 6 total successes.
Correct.
Okay. You see the group that you're directing your speech towards. A few of the princesses seem to remember themselves and stop looking around the battlefield, but not many.
Okay, it was worth a shot. Joe is still standing
Did damage to
between
them,
them and as many of their targets as he can possibly manage.
All right, Nora,
But
you're
yeah.
up.
Oh,
Alright,
and it
can I-
doesn't cost
oh,
one
sorry.
initiative for him.
Already did.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
No problem.
Can I somehow like kind of wriggle out of the hand a little bit if it's not active?
You could try, sure. Give me a dexterity and athletics check.
Dex and athletics?
Yep. Do you have athletics?
Oh boy. Yes, I do, and I have extra as a princess.
Neat.
Fun. 2, 4, 5.
5 successes. Okay. It's difficult, but yeah, you wriggle out, and you're now falling 15 feet.
Do I have to fall?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, fine.
Joe, I will allow this to trigger your defending others thing, but if you catch Nora, you will not be able to defend the Bethlehem Crusaders this round.
That's yeah, good point. No, he's still in the way of deadly weapons. He's gonna handle that mostly.
Bold of you to assume the Earth is not a deadly weapon.
Feet's not that bad, though.
15 feet is, yeah, it's not terrible. Okay, so...
Yeah, gravity, though.
Yeah,
Gravity's the enemy.
before you hit the ground,
Parkour.
before you hit the ground, I'm gonna need you to make another dexterity and athletics check.
Okay.
This is for your landing. Roll well.
Parkour. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, you hit the ground hard, roll into it, and you still hurt, but you're mostly okay. Take 2 points of bashing.
Best. Okay. Now can I actually do a...
You could do
Do
a
that.
reflexive charm, but you can't do a action.
I cannot do an action. So I can't do something as an instant.
No.
Boof. Okay. Because that gets rid of what I was trying to do. I was trying to climb out of the hand, but to like climb up. But then you're like, now you fall. I'm
yeah,
like, okay.
I don't think there's a way for you to do that. The hand has like your whole body, and wriggling out of it was kind of difficult. Like you squeezed out like a stick of butter.
Okay. Aw. I guess for now. I don't think there's much that I can do because of the charms that I have.
You could touch a fortune again.
Touch of fortune. Okay, can I do that to Mercy?
Yeah, you can.
Mercy, BB, here it comes. Okay.
Roll it.
And can I? No, I don't want to spend any willpower for this one yet.
Yeah, you can stun too.
Since when?
Since always.
2, 4, 6,
No fucking way.
7.
Are you serious?
Zeros, BB.
Shit. Are you using the upgrade for an additional wisp?
Sure, let's go with that.
Cool. Spend 2 wisps. Mercy, For 7 rolls of your choosing, 8s, 9s, and 10s double.
Wait, you want me to spend
For
2
7
wisps?
rolls of my choosing?
For 7 rolls of your choosing.
A Lamau.
And yes, it's 1 wisp to activate Touch of Fortune and 1 more to activate Strong.
Okay, I thought you meant like in total, like spend 3. I'm like,
No,
oof.
just 2.
Okay.
All
Alright. There
okay.
you go.
Speaking
Kiss,
of
kiss,
Mercy,
fall in love.
oh god.
Mama Mercy, do it up, girl.
Oh,
I'm gonna
no.
stunt this real quick.
Of course you are.
So Mercy, with her Diglaive in one hand, puts her hands together and draws an identical Diglaive made of sunlight in the other hand,
Uh-huh.
tilts forward, and runs down the War Strider, and is going to leap up onto the battle groups and begin to run across them.
Sure, I'll give you 2 dice stunts.
Eee.
Oh, you have perfect balance, so you don't need to roll at all.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. You are now in the middle of the battle group, standing on a tall, lithe princess's head.
I'm going through. I'm booking it for the queen.
Okay, so you easily clear them and run off into the woods. I don't think she needs to make a poison check, Elijah. She was in the mist for less than a second.
Works for me. I just wanted to make sure that everything
I
was on the
appreciate
table.
I appreciate that you are keeping me honest, but Mercy just left the scene.
Yep.
All right, good talk.
Even if it screws us over, I want it to go through. Like, yeah, that was my thought.
Okay, the Bethlehem Crusaders open fire once more. Fuck. Hang on, let me do this right. And once again, their shots are wild and ineffectual. You get the impression that not a lot of them actually want to do this. However, the princesses have no such compunctions. So Joaquin, are you defending other again?
I sure am.
Okay, in that case, the other 2 groups that already took a pounding continue to, until there's a very few of them left standing. There's enough that they're still a cohesive unit, but they're almost gone. You worry that any more damage to them as a whole will likely cause them to either rout or die.
Yeah.
You can see the army of storms moving again, and they're moving fast.
Towards us?
They can't beat your defense, so that just works. Also, you guys can now see off on the horizon, there are large planes flying this way. Anyone with any war skill recognizes them as bombers.
Guys,
I
didn't we talk to the military yet?
yes, I.
Ben, you're up.
He assured me that we have the ear of one general. I don't know about the others. I tried to speed things up with getting a pause on artillery, but unless
one second, people are trying to beat me up. Shit.
All right,
Do
Ben.
I also need to make that resistance roll?
You do, yes.
poison?
Please do.
Alright.
The spell lasts for 3 rounds, so as long as you're in it, you'll have to keep rolling the resistance, I think.
Thanks,
I believe
Elijah.
once you get poison. Oh. No, there was something about. Hang on a second. 3 initiative per round, duration 6 rounds. Yes, so you'll have to recheck each round, and until you're out of it, it will be for 6 rounds each time. But you resist it in the first round. So you breathe in the mist, and it makes you feel comfortable, even a little sleepy. But you've got work to do, so you just ignore it.
On a related note, if any of the princesses were affected by it, they will be all.
Oh shit! I forgot to roll from them. 1 second.
Oh,
Because they get -3 on all rolls.
if they're affected.
Yeah.
Lol. Actually, as the mist descends over them, Ben, you get ready to pull an arm back and begins taking them down, and they all flop on the ground asleep.
Nice.
They really did not pass this check. And not to put too fine a point on it, but Mercy pretty much decimated their whole force. Anyway, Mercy's gone on ahead. We were temporarily out of combat rounds.
Cool.
Whee!
Ben's
Am I
gonna
able
go
to
after
distort my
Mercy.
own spell?
To
Oh,
disrupt.
never mind. Never mind. Ben's leaving the fog.
Yeah.
I didn't want him to be in the spell for the next round.
Okay.
It's okay.
So you guys could see the Princesses of Storms are on the move, and they are moving fast, as well as some bombers are flying in towards the valley. To make matters worse, you hear, "I have returned!" And then big stomping noise as the War Strider starts walking forward.
Oh no.
Autochthon, we need those planes not to drop their bombs.
Autochthon says, "Granted!" waves a hand, and all of the planes explode.
Ugh. Oh no.
Oh, what the fuck?
Why? No.
What did you think Autochthon was gonna do? Anyway,
Like, it's war.
hey, do you have any limit triggers about, like, casual murder?
Yes. Like, not a limit trigger, but certainly intimacies.
Any that would be relevant to you asking Autochthon to do something and him bleeding a bunch of people from existence?
On my beliefs, it's number 1, and it's a callous murder.
Yes, but that's if you
Yeah.
do it.
Okay, phew.
Yeah.
Were there any
Joe
children
has a
on the
major-
plane?
There were not, no.
Joe has a major intimacy of one who is willing to kill can never save the world, only worsen it. So as far as he's concerned, he just
Yeah.
made the world a worse place. I will
Yeah,
die
please
for his
please go ahead and roll limit. Autochthon is walking forward. He does not seem to be slowing down for walking over the battle groups. The fully awake Crusaders of Bethlehem all run out of the way.
I'm gonna command the princesses, reaching out with the connection to the spell that I have. They all will stand up and part to not be in the way of Autochthon.
Did,
Okay.
did you say that some of the Crusaders were also asleep?
No, they're not.
Okay.
They were not affected by the spell. They all get out of the way, but touching them through magic this way, you immediately come to realize 2 things. 1, princesses aren't spellcasters, they're spells. And 2, apparently, if you act upon them in a magical fashion, they also act upon you. Law of contamination. I'm gonna need you to make a limit check.
Okay, so 3 dice.
Yep. Wow, 23 successes.
That's 3
Holy
successes.
shit.
It's 7, right?
Okay, so you I think that means you take no limit. It's if you fail, you take limit, right?
No, you take 1 limit for every success.
Right. Okay, you gain 3 limit. That's what
Yeah.
I was.
Ooh.
I just bumped my limit up to 6.
Yeah. So as you
Uh-oh.
reach out and manipulate the princesses like this, you feel their feelings. And you feel 2 things. You gain a minor intimacy of the city must be defended. And you also feel a great weight of pain and loss, like a suffering that you have both inflicted and had inflicted upon you, wells up from within.
Alrighty.
Neat. You wrote down the intimacy, right?
Yes, I just did.
Great.
The
Thanks.
city must be defended.
Yeah, that's a specific city. Just so you know, I'll let you know when it comes up.
Alrighty.
Uh-oh.
Anyway, So the War Strider continues to walk forward. What's everyone else doing?
Can I? Well, it's another charm, but should I just probably wait to use charms if we're getting back into a?
It depends on the charm. What do you want to use?
I want to cast Jade Palm Strike, and then also doing the upgrade to multiple for my members of an organization.
Okay, yeah, so it'll
But
last a
that's
scene. I'll
it's a
allow
scene
this.
instant.
Yeah, I'll allow this to apply. Go ahead and roll it.
Okay. So, friends, before I roll, this is what it says. A princess wraps a friend's hands in a magical aura that mimics jade and cuts the flesh of servants of darkness. And as the upgrade to multiple, I had to spend an extra willpower, but she gives the jade aura to all the members of an organization in her presence, applying the commonality modifier.
So this buff applies to everyone.
Yes. So it's presence and expression, dudes.
What does the buff do?
Presence and expression. I'm quite expressive.
Just wait a sec, guys.
Because you are my friends. Time to bump you up. Ooh. 2, 4,
Jesus Christ.
5. I got 5 that time.
Okay, so when dealing decisive damage, when dealing damage, withering or decisive, you can add 5 bonus dice, as long as whatever you're hitting is a creature of darkness for the rest of the scene.
Yay! Teehee.
Nora just gave you all 5 damage extra.
Go, friends, go!
Go! Slaughter the enemy!
Got it, Elijah. The princesses all wander into the woods.
Okay.
Everyone's hands glow green, a brilliant, bright green. This looks
Okay.
distinctly different from the storm's green, which was sickly and a little bit radioactive.
Let's also just say that this one is kind of earthly.
Yep.
Because of Terra. And
Uh-huh.
it's a blessing.
Anyway, you guys, anyone with sorceries can feel a shape sorcery action happen instantly, and you all have this effect apply. Nora may not be a very powerful spellcaster, but she is quick.
Tee. I hope you guys are making notes.
Oh, Elijah, I think that one... Wait, you're the Eclipse, right, Elijah?
Yes.
Okay, I think that one would have the Eclipse tag.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, do you guys follow Mercy and the War Strider?
Yes,
I'm
very
gonna
much.
hitch a ride on the War Strider because it's gonna be faster than me.
It's not faster. Autocathon seems more interested in ranting the whole way there than he is in getting there quickly. You notice
really
that
want
the
to ride
jets
on
on the back that would absolutely allow him to fly, probably very quickly, keep flaring but never actually engage.
Great.
No, I'm gonna kind of get in front of it, not in front of its feet, but just ahead. Try and follow Mercy.
All right, you catch up and you find Mercy engaged with dozens upon dozens upon dozens of Princesses of Tears. She's fighting off quite possibly more than 100 of these things. And you can see that the storm has started to crest the hill to the north. Apparently, they're not taking the road in. The fighters have been, or the bombers have been struck out of the sky, and you assume further military is coming. But for now, you see Mercy holding off an actual army as she waits for you all. She's trying desperately to defend herself, and honestly, it's not going great. Mercy, please take 2 lethal and 2 bashing damage.
Ben was right behind her, too.
Great, Ben, take 2 bashing damage.
Sweet.
Joe's going to lightning speed into the fray, and
You may want to wait for my next description before you do that.
Sure, please.
After the War Strider arrives, shortly after the rest of you do, Mercy and Ben both have a gold bubble pop around them, and the War Strider says from every speaker on its body, "Get thee hence!" And all of the princesses fall to the ground unconscious.
Are they briefed?
Autocathon then says, "Wow, I didn't think that would work."
Whoa.
What did you do?
Oh, that was a faith attack.
Would that affect any of us?
It shouldn't. I was doing it to them. And he points to the princesses on the ground. You
But
note
they're
they're
alive.
all wearing fairly normal clothing.
Oh, and they weren't a moment ago.
Yeah.
You made them not transformed anymore.
How many
Correct.
are there?
He pulls a lantern out from his from one of the panels on the side of the War Strider and says, "I put them in here, and you can see dozens and dozens of ghostly forms inside of it, very clearly terrified and trying desperately to get out."
Oh my god, Autocathon, you should eat it.
Autocathon says, "I do not eat yet."
Ben would like to check one of the nearby bodies that fell over to
Okay,
make sure they're still alive.
It's warm, it has a pulse, but it's not, there's no one in there. You can immediately tell this is basically an empty vessel. Autocathon then says, "Oh, this is apparently a benefit to one group in particular."
Damn crazy god. You didn't have to take their entire souls, you just had to take the magic spell out of them.
They're empty vessels.
That is their soul.
They're
That's all the-
children.
That's all that's left.
Autocathon says, "I'm confused. Did you want me to remove their powers or leave them in place?"
If they're empty vessels, they're vessels for demons.
That is correct. Also, I believe we are under attack by demons. At that moment, about 30 portals rip open in reality, through which a high wind and screaming could be heard. A horrible abomination of death and decay pops out from each one, grabs a princess or two, and pops back through.
Oh shit.
I would like to defend other of them?
Sure. Please roll. Make a join battle check.
I will do
For the record, when I said that that the seventh house was watching you, that never stopped happening. They were
Yeah.
preparing for something like this. You're going to have to roll well to prevent even one of them from accomplishing its goal.
That's fair. All right, let's do this.
Are we rolling join battle again?
This is specifically to see if Joaquin can get the jump on them before everyone can do this, but it's to see if you could react quick enough to prevent it. They're basically opening portals literally right next to princesses and just grabbing it.
I'm going to apply the double 8s.
The pattern spiders grant you 3 extra successes.
Wow. Okay, cool. So,
I'm using one of my rolls as well.
Okay.
and I am spending a point of willpower.
All right.
And this is with Fluttering Cry of Warning, which I will spend the motes for.
Okay, and that's your total with all bonuses calculated?
That is including the 3 from the pattern spiders.
Okay. Why do you have 4 automatic successes there?
1 from willpower and 3 from the pattern spiders. Did you say 3 successes?
It says, according to the calculation here, you've got 7 total extra successes.
Oh, it's because sorry, wait, hang on.
Yeah.
Where did... I think it might be from things other than 10's doubling? No. Should I just... maybe I should try the roll again and...
Yeah, let's see if it reoccurs, then I'll take your original roll.
Yeah.
We shall see.
Yeah, because I spent the 3 motes.
Yeah, it's...
Yeah, okay, fair enough. In that case, we'll take your 14, Joaquin, and Mercy, I'll take your 15. Both of you managed to interject yourself between a Princess of Tears, now empty, and a demon. As soon as you move towards them, the demons back off and jump back through the portal, which closes immediately. But many of the princesses are stolen. A few dozen.
Top Fun, can you carry these two to make sure that they can't be taken?
Autochthon says, I will take them home, and he waves a hand, and all of them disappear.
I think that's the best solution we can hope for.
When you look back up at Autochthon, he's just holding them in his left hand, like a big ball of princesses.
Oh. Please make sure they can breathe. Mercy.
He says, great idea! And then doesn't move at all.
And then Joe looks up at the top of the hill.
Okay, you see the Princesses of Storms come up top of the hill and begin firing weapons into the air, screaming with fury and rage and delight, and come charging down. Immediately ahead of you is the gate. It's small, it can only fit one person through at a time, but it's there. Through it, you can hear the sounds of battle.
Is that the gate I want, Jordan?
That appears to be the gate you want. I will note, this one isn't made of flesh or void tech or any of the sort. It's made of a twisted black filigree that looks graceful and almost quite the opposite of void tech. It's clearly designed intentionally for the purpose of acting as a gate, but it's also very delicate and has been built very carefully. The craftsmanship is excellent.
Is this metal the same as the perfect simulacrum of soul steel that
No.
Autochthon? Okay. You said no, it's not.
It is not.
Okay. Joe looks around at everybody and says, if you'd like, I can try and hold the portal. Someone go through. We need to know what's going on through there.
I need to get there.
Mercy already
Nora?
darted through.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow Mercy.
All right.
Damn it, woman! Ben's gonna follow them.
All right. Nora, are you running in as well?
Yeah?
Okay.
No.
I love the sound effects. All right. So those who run through the portal, you get to the other side. James saves the Joe. Okay, understood, Scald. So you two get ready to defend the portal against a veritable army of screaming dervishes. Lightning strikes the ground in front of them, causing massive explosions of dirt and glass, and an acrid, acidic smell fills the air. While you do so, on the other side of the portal, an army, 1,000 strong, made up of men and women in armor and lace, and equipped with swords and lances and épée and bows of every description, fights against a horde of shapeless, formless darkness, the likes of which is the stuff of nightmares itself, as well as birthing further nightmares, fighting against this army that is valiantly defending, but it is not making any ground. It's not moving forward. It's stuck where it is. At the head of it is a tall, regal woman dressed in armor adorned with red, wearing a golden crown. She is rallying those behind her, and she is at the brunt of the enemy attack, striking them down over and over and over, not flagging at all.
It's her, you guys! It's her! I told you she was right there!
Who?
That's the queen! The one I've been telling you about.
The good one or the one that keeps stealing children? Oh,
My
I'm sorry,
queen.
that's all of them.
No!
What do you guys do?
So what is the reaction when people come from the other side of this gate?
They haven't seen you. The darkness has, and it's begun to send some toward you.
I have an epic thing, but I want to do it just before we end off for the night because it's already 2023.
You should do your epic thing.
Yeah, but I want other people to have a chance to
Okay,
do
other
things.
people have a chance, do your thing.
Ben
I will-
supports his future wife in doing epic things.
I'm going to call out over, like, the mass and be like, "My queen, we have arrived."
All right, your voice is your voice, high, innocent, and pure, is ripped away by the maelstrom of the screaming souls that are the ever-present feature of this reality. While the queen does not look your way, you know that she just needs to find you before she can advance, take her army through the gate, and succeed.
Okay, cool.
Can we see through the gate from the other side at all?
Yes, but you can't see much. You can't see the other army, for example.
You can just see a horrible mass of darkness.
Yep.
And these the Mad Max princesses are they're screaming and staring at the portal.
Yes, they're charging down. I will note, they don't appear to be like, I wonder if these are enemy combatants or not. They seem more like some of them are just blowing up trees on their way by. They're pretty clearly nuts.
Joe's just gonna get out of the way and go through the portal with everybody else, along with hopefully James.
All right.
He thinks twice about standing in the way.
James T-poses through half of the portal and comes out the other. James disappears and reappears instantly at your side.
Right.
Elijah is going to step forward and summon the Loyal Steel, his crossbow. He's going to load a bolt of light with phantom shot technique and using fiery arrow shot, just launch it into the air, so like a flare to try and direct the army that is on the other side of the darkness.
Okay, the bolt goes up into the air, hits the storm, and dims. The darkness here is powerful and everywhere. Good attempt, but no, a few motes won't do it.
Then I'll release 10 more motes and go into Iconic.
Okay? What's everyone else doing?
Ben's just kind of standing there like, what the hell is... He's looking at the queen, the supposed queen, and he is suspicious.
Okay.
Like, why is she trying to get out of this plane through the gate into where we came from?
That's a good question. What are you going to do about it?
I'd like to have a conversation.
Yeah, there's an
That's
army
gonna
of
be really
darkness in
hard.
between you and her. Also, she doesn't know you're there. On top of that, there is an actual storm of souls that's been going on for years above your head. Good luck. I hope you have a loud voice, is what I'm saying.
Bet. Mercy holds her sword of sunlight aloft, absolutely dumping the rest of her motes so that the bright golden wings of the Seraphim's robes unfurl in the midst of this darkness. And she says, I am the radiant glory of heaven, unfettered in hateful lands, and I'm here to fight the goddamn darkness.
All right. You are a...
I am a beacon.
You are someone turned the sun on in the underworld. Between you and Elijah, the light is brilliant. James immediately bursts into sunlight and says, "The darkness will hold no light here. I am the mirror of dusk's last light, and I reflect the glory of those around me." As he does so, everyone's light shines just a little bit brighter. Joe?
Aw.
Everyone should do the name thing.
All right.
Do the name thing.
Joe says, "I am the final sunset on ignorance, and I grant the it is my purpose to bring understanding, and what defies me, I will give the tools to my allies to bind." And he is going to use his powers to teach Mercy, spirit caging mandala, and I will paste that.
Sure. Mercy has no motes, so definitely can't use it.
I will. Next turn, I'll be sure to give her some motes.
Okay, are you in Anima Flare at this point?
Oh, you know what? He's going to teach himself that because he has all of the prerequisites. So never mind.
Okay, you figure it out. I'll come back to you.
I will.
Okay,
He will go to Iconic on this.
Ben, what are you doing? Everyone else is turning into a glow stick.
Do it, Ben. Do it. I believe in
Go
you.
off. Ben's just gonna walk in and he's gonna just start knocking darkness back and forth. And just clearing his own little path towards the queen.
Okay. Are you...
He's not releasing motes yet. Not yet.
In that case, you're walking into a blender. The darkness is not something to be trifled with, and you are
Okay.
gonna casually disregard it, which ain't gonna end well, even for an
All
insult.
right, fine. He'll drop 10 motes.
Yes.
So
Say the name for the first time.
Do it.
no.
All right.
This might be our last session.
This is literally your last session. Are you sure you don't want to drop your name?
Fine.
I just heard wife screaming through my wall.
Yo, queen! I'm the invincible tiger of the violent heaven. And I'd like to know what the fuck you want.
And
Okay.
Ben also needs to describe his iconic status,
Yes, please do.
and so does Elijah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've already done iconic.
Yeah, he's done iconic before. Ben hasn't
Oh,
yet.
Never mind. No, Ben
Basically,
hasn't.
the radiating light kind of melts off him, almost like a
Delicious
a
chocolate
mist.
syrup.
Yeah. A mist that kind of reforms around him and creates this massive figure of a golden tiger with amethyst eyes that trace as it roars into the darkness.
Very cool. I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, I've read this thing, Joaquin, and you reach iconic.
I sure do.
Okay. You also glow with light. I believe you had scrolls floating around you. Did you not?
I believe it was going to be a mandala of ever expanding, kind of kaleidoscopic, like fractal.
Okay.
transformation.
And Nora, what are you doing? Aside from screaming so loud I can hear it through the walls. Under my headphones, by the way. I have noise-canceling headphones. I can still hear wife.
Well, she's not much of a fighter, for reals.
Nope.
Nope. But she can still try. Well, I thought we were gonna end it after that. Are we still gonna keep going for a while?
Just for a moment.
Okay.
We're so close to the end.
You do epic things.
Her hair. Okay, cool. Then I'm going to.
If, real quick, don't bring stats into it. This is the final scene.
Like, we're not going to continue after this?
No, this is it. This is the end.
Okay, then I'm gonna use the big heavy, wearing a heavy crown. Action
Okay.
is instant. Costs one
You
risk.
don't
of
need to
one-
bring stats into it. Just tell me
Okay.
roughly what you're gonna do here.
She's gonna rally the people behind the queen, and it's hard to describe. Her voice is going to just boom, as if the light that's erupting around her from the exalts, almost like a spotlight. And she'll call out over the darkness to the soldiers, everybody that's fighting. We can do this. You can make it to the other side. Fight. We are here.
As you do, the collected light of the solar exalts entwines together around all of you. Light begins to pour, almost as if in sympathy for the exalts from Nora as well. Hers more crystal and clear light, like a diamond radiating from her body. As they all gather together, Joaquin, seeing the moment, weaves the power of all of it together and begins to bind this amalgamation of darkness, evil, and shadow. A giant mandala depicting thousands of names, thousands of concepts. Every sort of evil act is described within, and the darkness is bound within this mandala, fighting against the outside of it and breaking upon its walls. As the light continues to grow, the darkness is peeled away from this area. Trees begin to pop into existence, a beautiful green glade filled with small animals, butterflies, and sunlight for the first time in more millennia than are understandable by human minds appears for the very first time. As the queen turns to finally see all of you, the forces arrayed against her melt away in the light, being pulled into the giant trap that has just been made using the endless power of the exalts and directed by the specific darkness-destroying talents of Nora, causing her resistance to simply disappear. As she does, as it happens, she walks forward into the enlightened glade, which is stretching as far as the eye can see in every direction, mimicking the valley that you just left, but with a dreamlike quality, a peaceful and relaxing place filled with happy creatures unafraid of your hand and nothing else. In the center of it all, sealed within a giant golden crystal, is a mass of darkness and the absence of light, writhing within, clearly entrapped. The queen walks forward, sees you all, and says, "Oh, my thanks. Were it not for you, we would not have won this battle. But now we have a fighting chance." She turns to her soldiers and says, "Now is the time. We may return to the world and try to give it the fighting chance it needs. We have won here today, but we will not always do so. Return, reincarnate, and bring the world hope." One by one, you see her soldiers walk to the portal, and as soon as they get to the other side, they disappear. Almost like the slight wind, the breeze on the other side, has blown them away, similar to Orpheus's wife and his lover in the last moments of leading her out of the underworld. And every time anyone with the ability to manipulate essence, all of you, can see that these are spirits returning to the world after a long absence, moving on to the cycle of reincarnation for the first time in many, many centuries. The queen, watching her army depart, turns to face you, Nora, and the rest, the exalts as well, and she says, "I know not how you managed to accomplish this, how you managed to convince us of the rightness of your actions, or how you managed to destroy the trap that the darkness had set. But I am grateful." Anyone want to get a word in?
Nora's going to, curtsy bow as low as she can, be like, "I couldn't have done it without these exalted heroes."
The queen nods and says, "You could have, but their help certainly made this much faster." And she bows to you, Nora, slightly, as is respect, as deeply as she can without being vulgar. Then she turns to the exalts and in turn bows to each of them, deeper than she did with Nora, but still not too deeply. She says, "You have questions."
Yeah. What are we gonna do about the storm princesses that are charging up?
She says, I'm sorry, I don't think I understand. I've been trapped within the Dreamlands for quite some time. I've missed a great deal, I fear.
It's just gonna look at Elijah. You think those are gonna be a problem?
I mean, we left you talked on out there. Probably not.
Yeah.
We need to address that as soon as possible. I'm sorry. Could somebody head out there? I have some questions for Her Majesty.
Yeah, I'll go out.
Okay.
Ben just turns around and walks out the gate.
Wait, Ben, wait. Ben, just hang up for
What?
2 seconds.
What is it,
The
love?
Zenith, in all of her,
Yeah, you're all still
Great.
glowing.
Curtsies to Her Majesty in a way that would be socially acceptable.
Of course.
And goes, I don't have any questions for you. But what I do have to do, and she goes over to Ben and de-summons her Sword of Sunlight, is I need to go marry this man. And she pulls Ben down in for a kiss.
Aww.
Ooh.
He wouldn't even fight it either.
Nice. All right, those two are making out.
Yep.
The queen seems not offended at all. However, she's also not looking out of proper etiquette, of course.
The queen blushes.
She does not. No. You get the strong suspicion that the queen has indeed seen love before.
Joe says, I presume you have a link to Nora in much the same. You are. She's one of your soldiers?
She holds her hand up and says, that's not how this works. I embody a set of principles. Nora seems to agree with those principles, but the only control I have over Nora is in our shared goals.
That relieves me. I need to know about those goals.
She nods. You and I will discuss, I would expect. I believe I will stay in the Dreamlands. While my reincarnation would certainly give the princesses a fighting chance, I suspect that being here to train and teach them will be better. So, I'm sure I'll have plenty of time to entertain visitors.
How do we get here? This, and he indicates the archway.
It now looks really out of place, just so you know. It's still dark, and still made of twisted, filigreed metal, but it's now in a bright, open, valley?
Is this okay to be here?
She nods and says, it's a dream gate. Well, the very strange princesses using the darkness, I believe they may have been princesses of cups. While they focused it, this will always be here. This just makes it stable.
White rabbit.
She looks over and says, I believe that is just a white rabbit this time.
But I can follow the white rabbit.
You can, yes. Enter your crawl space and you can come visit me at any time you require.
What was that darkness?
That was the darkness, the force of evil in our world, something that we thought we had defeated and permanently destroyed. Clearly, we were arrogant. I will not make that mistake twice. She sighs and says, and as soon as it is feasible to do so, I will abdicate my throne. Clearly, I am not a good enough queen to support the land.
Who will rule in your place?
She shakes her head, smiles, and says, someone worthy.
Joe looks out the portal.
Okay. Outside the portal, you can see Autocathon walking around in circles on the other side of the portal. He's clearly walking around the portal.
So, your princesses are back.
She nods and says, in a manner of speaking, they will reincarnate, though their blessing will move to those who are pure of heart and one of purpose.
This world is going to need a lot of repair.
She nods. I'm aware. She looks around and says, while this is once again beautiful, the whole of the Dreamlands was once this way.
We could cleanse it, perhaps.
She nods and says, given time.
How do we find Dream Gates?
Okay, quick meta question. Are your questions going to be specifics about how to advance the plot in this campaign?
I want to get an idea for where things go from here.
Okay. So you ask several questions relating to the specifics of how to address the darkness itself, and she gives you as much detail as she can. Her knowledge of the world as it stands is wildly out of date. She doesn't know anything about modern society, and when I say modern society, I mean Neolithic up. Apparently, something happened a long time ago that reset humanity. She gives you ideas for how to attack and ways that you can find sources of dark corruption, and after you discuss battle plans for a while, she says that she cannot wait to see you guide the princesses into the future. Apparently, during the conversation, she's measured the kind of person you are and found you to be a good man. You also get the impression that she isn't queen because of birthright, but because of action. She's clearly a good person through and through. Before anything else, she is a queen. She is a queen who loves her subjects more than herself, and she's a queen who loves the world more than anything else. She is choosing to remain dead, to neglect the pleasures and happiness of life, specifically to uphold her duty.
Joe looks to the others and says, is there anything that we would like to say to a queen who is, to this queen who is thinking of abdicating her throne on behalf of not just ourselves, the Solar Exalted, but on behalf of the world? What would we say to her?
That probably would have been done kissing Mercy and then just would have left. You guys could do the diplomacy.
You exchange a few more words, and she begins to return to Andarta, where her kingdom in the Dreamlands. There are still some who remain behind, and she plans to administer them. As you walk out of the portal, you can feel a change in the very essence of the world, where before you could only feel the oily corruption of darkness everywhere you traveled. Now, despite that still being the case, you can also feel a small glimmer of hope here and there, a silver lining to the cloud, and you know that you were the ones who brought this about. The road forward will be difficult, it will be filled with challenges and heartbreak and setback and failure, but it is a road forward. It is a hope the world did not have before your arrival. While you have yet to fully bathe the world in the radiant light of Orichalcum, today you have given it the chance to see that future. We're going to end it here for today.
Good game.
Yay!
Hey, Lamau.
Good game, everyone. Congratulations, you beat Pronsis. Aki,
we
I
did
apologize
it.
for everything.
Good.
We did it.
Where did the void
Most
tech
important
go?
question, though,
That's a good question.
How much blue booking do we get?
You can have infinite blue booking. Go buck wild. It's all non-canon.
Gotta plan a wedding.
Oh, we also have to do the what we think is going on bit.
Oh yeah.
so-
NXP.
It's
Sorry.
the end of the night. Things are going to be a little different this session because this campaign is over. That's it, guys. I specifically designed this campaign to be about freeing the princess, freeing the queens, something which I believe Sam can attest to. I kind of explained this campaign before to him. I think he forgot most of it, but he's done a very good job not doing any metagaming. Round of applause for Sam. Very impressed.
Sam's Sam says to tell you that she is heartbroken that this is the end.
I am too, but also I can't wait to try this new sleep thing. Do you know how fucking hard it is to adapt all of the World of Darkness games into Exalted? I'll give you a hint. You guys mostly fought demons.
We got the good ending, guy.
You did, yeah. I thought Ben was gonna sewer it at the end there. Okay. So the way this is gonna happen for tonight, we are gonna do one last go around the table and talk about things, but I would like you guys to think about what one moment that you liked in the campaign above, like maybe not above all others, but one moment that jumps out to you that you really enjoyed. We're not gonna bother with saying things that you didn't like because my ego can't handle it. But we can talk about things that you did like. It could be a player who did something awesome. It can be a scene that you really liked. It can be how pretty your GM looks. Anything you want, really. And after that, before we do that, I am going to talk about that is the end of Exalted the Hopeful, Princess Ulted. I will be doing one more stream about this campaign. We're going to do a Meet the Actor stream where we discuss the campaign. That will be next week at 6:30 p.m. PST. We're just going to hang out. We're going to talk about the campaign, things we liked, didn't like, that sort of thing. It's going to be very chill and relaxed, but I would like to recognize my players for sticking through this absolute fucking train wreck of a campaign. All right. Scald says that his favorite part of the campaign was Autocathon because he was pure chaos. And yep, correct. Yeah. Autocathon is one of my favorite characters to play because he's not immoral, he's amoral. He likes a lot of the same things that humans like, but he's not human, and he does not think like you do. So, fucking buckle up. Anyway, we're gonna go around the table now. I'm going to go in order of Discord. So, Aki, you're first.
3 moments that jump out at me. So, one, James offering to take Abigail on an actual date after he had abdicated his CEO role at the final word. That was a nice, lovely aside with an NPC, and it was just like, what? Oh, that's awesome. 2, Ben and the tiger.
That was great. That was so good. From a meta perspective, that was fucking hilarious.
And 3, for levels of epicness, Joe going into the princess's mind, soul. That was chef's kiss. Like, top tier roleplay.
I agree.
Aww.
All right. Dearest wife, you were in the campaign for a lot less time, but any moments stand out to you?
I think just like the week and a half build up before she was actually introduced as a PC and you had me jump in and start voice acting for her. I liked just kind of like the very first time that she could turn into a princess, because I'm very, very feminine, and I'm just like, yes, pretty things. It's very Snow White-esque kind of going on with the apple, and it's just like, I had so much fun doing that, and then everybody else being like, she's exalted. I'm like, no.
I really liked doing the 2-act long bait and switch about, wait, were there exalts in this world previously? There's evidence of exaltation here.
Yeah.
But there wasn't. It just looked like it from your perspective.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you for collaborating with me on this, dearest. Having this character set up and collaborating with you on how to play her out, and then seeing you bring her to life was awesome.
And it was just great also playing a princess that didn't die or become a fallen.
That was pretty great, yeah.
Yeah,
This
so
is
that
not
was
a
a
normal
feel-good
campaign
moment.
for a princess.
No.
Uh,
Feel-good moments, top 10.
all right, Sam. Sam?
Muted.
Okay. Sorry, I think you cut out when you said my name the first time.
All right.
Hi. So I wanted to relay from SJ that she really likes your storytelling. She
Aw,
doesn't
thank
like
you.
the ending, but she respects it very much.
The ending was not meant. So I'll talk about a bit at the end here, but the ending was done this way for a specific purpose.
It's totally
Anyway,
gay. And many authors make amazing stories, regardless of whether we agree with the ending. Anyway, no, things that I freaking loved. Disboat Mine on the freaking
Aircraft
Project
carrier.
Valkyrie boat,
yeah.
which was amazing. Just kind of like, all right, this whole boat.
Yeah.
That was great. I'm honestly like I really liked the way that the human foibles were one of our biggest threats, where we were in the world and there was consequences to our actions that were beyond, like, we intended to do this good thing, and then there's these people who are like, there's clearly ulterior motives, and there's others who are crazy fans, and then so I really liked the gray areas on there.
Right.
That there are moral repercussions to even the best intentioned actions.
Yeah. You guys made a church and then didn't touch it, so someone stole it.
We didn't
Yeah.
make the church. It just rose up around our actions, and we were like, we don't want it. We had to do a thing about this. Oops.
You guys
I just,
tried a little bit, but
I actually, something I really liked was the parties like gathering together to cleanse things post Facing the Dethroned, when that was a new thing and we didn't know what this place was. That the group's reaction with Mercy at the lead was, I'm just going to shine really bright and willpower my way through this and beseech goodness.
which worked and came in handy later.
That was really cool.
Yeah.
Can I add one more moment?
I'll come back to you. You shush.
Okay.
You shush. It is our long-suffering friend Sage's turn. Sage, special shout out for being on the bus for the first half of session and still showing up every single session for the past several months. Fucking thank you, my man. Without you doing that, we probably wouldn't have been able to finish this campaign. Thank you. Sincerely.
I think my top 3 had to be the first claiming of a boat. That was amazing. And then the accidentally giving birth to an AI child god.
Anakathon is a really funny guy. Anyway.
Yeah. And I've actually lost what the third one was.
All right, the third one was terrible and immediately left your mind. Got it. My campaign sucks, and I will now turn in my crown. Witch, you're up.
So.
Aside from kissing Mercy.
Oh yeah, definitely. Just all slurpy all up in that. No, I genuinely liked the dynamic and the weird romance that bloomed between Mercy and Ben, as well as the chronic eavesdropping of Mr. Elijah and his snarky, sassy remarks.
Yeah, that was awesome. I agree.
Between him and James.
That was great. You guys got ribbed constantly. That was beautiful.
Wait.
Oh yeah, it was great.
I'm gonna have to go in a couple of minutes. I wanted to quickly relay something from Other Sam also, which is every time Autochthon, so this is a kudos for Autochthon, every time Autochthon was in the scene, what was in her mind was the gatekeeper from Final Space, if anybody has context for that.
I don't, but I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you so much. All right, Aki, you're up. Oh,
Okay.
wait,
I
okay,
just
Witch
gave
isn't done, I'm
one.
sorry. Oh my god. Witch.
Oh my god, how could you?
Like this. I just
okay.
skipped over you. It was easy.
Alright, another one would be, James buying out Fox,
That was funny.
of all things, the company. And lastly, but certainly not least, Elijah's arms vibrating mode. The fact that it is now canon.
Amazing.
Yeah, that is canon. His arm, actually, his arm only had a vibrate function while Autocathon was making it have one. But yes, that was briefly canon. All right, Aki, now I'm back to you now.
All right. So
Be quick, we're done.
Okay, my favorite moment in this campaign, period.
Mhm.
Me mentioning at character creation that I was taking sail. And you went, haha, that's funny. And then midway through the campaign, I stepped onto the boat of a ship, or the deck of a ship. And you didn't think anything of it. And then I slapped down something in the fucking chat,
Yeah.
and your reaction was just golden. I had been preparing for this moment this entire time. Second moment of that. What is a plane but a skyboat that I may or may not have access to?
God damn it.
Aki out. Peace.
Yep.
All right, everyone. That is going to be it for us for tonight. Thank you so much for being here for our campaign. We will be back next week at 6:30 p.m. PST. Like I said, to have a Meet the Actors stream where we're just going to discuss, our feelings, say hi, just some really simple stuff. It'll be a very casual stream. Yeah, you guys cannot have any blue booking and you get no XP. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. Pattern Spiders, you've been glorious. And I'll be back tomorrow, 6 p.m. PST, to do some Shrapnel game. I don't know which one yet, because I am a busy man. But at any rate, I'll see you all next time. Say goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. I did manage to come back for a second.